Hey guys, so Nagase didn't take the gold. He was my pick to take gold, but was taken out by Lee in the quarterfinal, but got bronze, so not a bad result for Nagase. He'll be disappointed, but he's on the podium anyway. It was a depressing day. Nagase, my favorite judoka, so I was a little depressed that he lost that fight. Anyway, we'll have a look at his highlights all the way up into the bronze. We'll have a look at the quarterfinal fight that he lost. You guys can tell me whether you think Lee deserved that third Shido or not. I've kind of already talked about it in my video on Lee, but we'll do it here as well. See what you think. So in his first fight, I think Nagase just dominated the grips in general. Nagase's got such ridiculous grips, especially on that sleeve hand. And there's a nice clip later on where you can see him cinching up his sleeve hand. And I'm going to zoom in on it, play it in slow motion, and we'll just see what he does with his fingers. It's magic. Maybe I'm just geeking out a little bit on Nagase's hands and his fingers and what they do, but yeah, he's an amazing judoka, my favorite, and I love what he does. And look at that, beautiful Osotogari. So, Nagase, one round, obviously seeded very highly, gets a bye in the first round, so he's had one fight going into this, and Lee, who was ranked 33, he's had two fights, so I think Lee probably a bit more warmed up, and he was moving all day, definitely on form. You can just see Lee a little bit faster, a little bit more movement, and I think that really kind of gave Nagase some problems. Nagase's a little bit of a slow fighter. He likes to take his time and get his grips, and when he gets the grips, that's when it's over, because he's such a master at gripping. But Lee was just all about breaking, movement, the little bits of ashiwaza. Almost kind of showed Nagase a thing or two, and kind of what Nagase used to do a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're just going to watch the final 50 seconds or so of the match. Lee, 2 Shidos to his name, and you got to tell me, there's a couple of drop downs after this Wazari. Did he deserve a third Shido or not? I'm not sure. I'm kind of unsure about the Shido system. Obviously they say if you drop down you get a Shido, for example right here, but there's something that is stopping the referee from giving him that third Shido. And I'm not sure if being a Wazari up comes into the calculation of whether they give someone a third Shido or not. So, not too sure. Nagase, maybe I think he should have really gone for that third Shido. He has another drop down here, so that's 2. And in my opinion, if there's 2, that's a definite third Shido. But yeah, Nagase maybe attacking here was probably not the right thing. Maybe in his mind he thought, well, they're not going to give him a third Shido, so I gotta throw him. But I'm not sure. What do you think, guys? I really want to know. In my opinion, that second drop down definitely should have got a third Shido. This last attack, that was a good attack, and so that's unfortunate for Nagase. But this is where he went out, and that put him in the repechage. So you lose the quarterfinal, you go into the repechage, and let's have a look at the repechage. So against a Frenchman here, and just the first thing that's so surprising is the height difference. Nagase is so tall, and he just looks so big, his hands and everything. And left versus right this time, I think Nagase definitely prefers left versus right because he's so good at grabbing the sleeve, and that's kind of what decides everything, left versus right. In my opinion, the person who gets the sleeve and is able to pull it towards them is generally going to be in the more advantageous position. But you've seen this before, and Nagase, he's great at this. The old Sankaku rollover. But what he does is a little variation. So blue tries to escape, he goes for a juji, and then just turns on top of him, and he's already got that arm cinched up, so it's just a matter of putting a little bit of pressure on it. And that is his Repechage Ippon in the bag. Against Kubetsov now from Russia. Doesn't matter that he's got an IJF back patch on, we all know where he's from, Russia. And it looked pretty dangerous for Nagase in the beginning. Kubetsov got some good attacks in, Nagase going to the ground, and usually Nagase, he's pretty damn good at his defense, so it makes me think maybe something was a little off. I'm not sure. Kochigari goes down. That was an easy Kochigari for Kubetsov. But Nagase started doing what he always does, wearing people down, getting the grips on the sleeves, and we're going to do a little zoom here and have a look at how he cinches up that hand. Look at that. So he's going pinky to index finger and then pulling in. Anyway, back to the action. So Nagase starts looking a bit more aggressive. Obviously he's got that grip cinched up, so he's going to attack, of course. But Kuznetsov still putting in some good attacks, and Nagase going down to the floor like this, not something you see too much. So I don't know, could have been an off day, you never know, you never know. He just looked a little bit weak on defense than what he usually does. So we're in the final sequences now. Just kind of think that as time went on, Kuznetsov started to lose out on the gripping exchanges, and Nagase started to move a bit more. See some nice attacks here. Doesn't get a score, but Nagase starts to move a little bit more. Here's that Ochigari. I've seen him throw Ippon with that before. And this, the Osotogari, I think it gave him an idea that, okay, that was a close throw, almost through him. I'll put a little bit more effort into it, make sure I've got the perfect grip. He's got the grip now on the sleeve. Hard to see because of the camera angle. But watch this foot come across to the knee. Only Nagase does this. Just an awkward leg position, and it's crazy how he's able to throw people with that leg like that. Straight into the newaza, and that's a bronze medal for Nagase. So stay tuned guys, like, subscribe, more videos are coming, and I'll see you later. Peace.